The 2025 NFL Draft is just 24 days away, and I am going to reveal what I want. What I want from the Cincinnati Bengals this year. A lot of you are going to ask it, who do you want to see the Bengals draft? Well, I'm going to share exactly who they should draft right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. And on today's show, definitely going to do something a bit earlier this year. Reveal exactly what I want the Bengals to do with the 17th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. And it's exactly what a lot of you don't seem to want to do. And whether it's YouTube comments, whether it's social media interactions, whether it's reacting and talking to you and interacting with you in person, Bengals fans have their hearts set on some specific areas. Today's video brought to you by BetUS TV. Let's dive into those areas, dive into my logic, why I feel the way I feel, and why I hope that the Bengals certainly feel the same way. Let's go. Let's do it. And let's start with draft logic. I love the comments. I read one on Sunday, so yesterday, if you're watching on Monday when we posted this video, and it said, they better not draft offense at 17. It better be defense. And there's just a lot of people that feel that way. And it's just the worst thing ever. Because I have one breaking news thing to say about this draft. This draft stinks. This draft is not as good as other drafts. There aren't as many premium players. It's going to be really hard to see an evaluator give 20, 25 first-round grades. There aren't a lot of guys with first-round grades. I've seen some have 16, some have 12, some have 10. And really the meat of this draft, where, especially if you're drafting 17, you'd much rather be drafting 22nd if it meant you get another day 2 pick, right? The Bengals would love to trade down. And I think that's where we'll start today before I reveal exactly what the Bengals need to do. And honestly, what I want them to do, and quite frankly, what they better do in this year's draft. This idea that in a crappy draft, and that's what it is. I mean, if I look, let's just look. I'm going to go through any big board you want to look at. But let's just say, all right, let's go. Will Campbell, there's question marks about him. I don't have many questions about him, but there's questions. Ashton Genty, top player in this draft. A lot of you keep saying, don't take him. Mason Graham, there's questions about him. And those are like the elite players, right? And then you go down to like the realm that the Bengals will be in. And so Jahad Campbell, coming off of shoulder surgery, he's a linebacker, positional value. Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall, small school, will he hold up against the run? And the off the field question mark. Will Johnson, health. James Pierce Jr., off the field, certainly it is a question. Will he be able to hold up against the run is another question. Are you really drafting a first round, a player in the first round that's going to be a third down edge rusher only? Now, Kenneth Grant, can he give you any pass rush juice? Josh Simmons out of Ohio State, the offensive tackle. Is he going to be healthy enough to do what you need him to do? Kelvin Banks Jr., is he really a tackle or is he a guard? Is he going to project well as a guard or is he better served at tackle? Like, there's just questions there, but he's a pretty clean prospect. Walter Nolan didn't go through the athletic testing, even though he's one of the cleaner options at 17 as well. Shamar Stewart, literally not close to the production you would want and prefer, but checks a lot of the other boxes. Jalen Walker, raw talent, doesn't seem realistic. Derek Harmon, bad at tackling. Questions there. Questions about Nick Skirt. Like, all of these guys, there's no, like, Amarius Mims was really cut and dry. It was like, oh yeah, he hasn't played a ton. That was the knock, right? And outside of that, there weren't many knocks. And what I want from the Bengals is pretty simple. And I'm going to reveal it coming up next, because for me at pick 17, you're hoping it's cut and dry. And it's not cut and dry with most of these prospects. We'll get to that coming up next. Today's video is brought to you by BetUS TV. BetUS TV is going to have all of the odds, all of the picks, all of the insight, all of the information that you're looking for. And whether it's about college hoops and the championship that is right around the corner in a week, or whether it's NFL futures and insight there on all the different changes that have happened across the league, or maybe you're looking at the NBA playoffs. BetUS TV is going to have all of the information, all of the picks, all of the the ebbs and flows of the betting market in one spot. So make sure you check out BetUS TV today. What do I want from the Cincinnati Bengals in the 2025 NFL Draft? Well, with the 17th pick, I want them to take the best player available. And so many people shoot that down. And so many people say, oh, no, James, you can't do it. And all you have to do is say it out loud. Like sometimes that's it. You say it out loud and it makes sense. And for those that say, all right, well, we don't want Ashton Genty because he's a running back. Who would you rather have? Jonah Williams or Corey Dillon? Who would you rather have? Jonah Williams is a hit. He's not a miss. I didn't say Billy Price or Cedric Ogbuehi. I didn't. But there are levels to this, ladies and gentlemen. And Corey Dillon is a high-end running back. And what you're going to say is, oh, well, the Bengals got him in the second round, not the first round. What are you talking about? It's not the point. The point is if you have a chance at getting a high-end player at a position versus a okay player at a position, there's levels. There's levels to it. And so what I want with the 17th pick is I hope that the Bengals can find an elite player, a high-end player in a draft that I think that stinks. I think the first round of this draft stinks where the Bengals are picking. If you're 6th in this draft, it's great. If you're 26th in this draft, it honestly feels a lot better than it does at 17, because at 17, it feels like you're picking at the start of a new bucket of talent. And it would be really nice to be up higher or back farther, because it would just, the picture would take shape a bit more. It just really would. And so trading down obviously would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. And so if you're telling me, well, the Bengals in a draft that's down in the first round, they get a game-changing tight end, sign me up. They get a starting guard that's going to play for a decade and be really, really good, sign me up. They get pass rush help that's going to help them right away and be able to contribute, sign me up. They get a guy in Kenneth Grant who's going to just help give them one of the best run defenses in the NFL, and they hope to develop his pass rush, sign me up. And that's my point here, is you can sell me on a lot of different ideas, but the ultimate deciding factor for the Bengals should be what player is the highest on our board. In a draft where there's going to be guys, like you could say, all right, well, you want Malachi Starks. All right, well, you could do that. Or in round 2 or round 3, you can get a Kevin Winston Jr. or a Xavier Watts, excuse me. Or like there's just so many options. And I think that's what's interesting here is if you look at, and I'm forgetting the one's name out of Texas, the other safety, I got Andrew Makuba. Like there are options. And so I'm not going to force a safety pick at 17, even if I do like Malachi Starks a lot. Even if I do like Eamon Worry out of South Carolina. That doesn't mean you don't take a safety at 17, but is he a game changer? Okay. Tight end, you could say the same thing. You can get a mid-round tight end. Running back, you could say the same thing. You can get a mid-round running back. I think you can say that a lot about this edge class and this defensive tackle class. Deion Walker out of Kentucky is going to go late day 2. Could be available in the 3rd round. Not many defensive tackles like him. But if you feel like, and you're looking at it and you say, you know what, we know there are flaws to all these guys, but Derek Harmon is going to be awesome for us. Okay. Walter Nolan, going to be awesome for us. Okay. Get the game-changing talent. Ignore position only. Ignore all the people that say defense only, not offense. That's dumb. That's really dumb. That's how you're just really handicapping your chances of having a really high-end player. And so this isn't like an offense only. I'm open. I think I'm more open than the fan base is. The fan base has tunnel vision. A lot of you do. And I need you to have vision. Best player available is the way to go. Is the likelihood more likely that it's defense than offense? Probably, but not to the extent that a lot of people are saying. Like if you really look at it, and we'll start to do some positional breakdowns and where these guys sit, the Bengals could go a bunch of different ways and get high-end impact in round 1. But what they can't do and what they shouldn't do is say, oh, well, we need defense. Let's go the best defensive player on the board. And if they do that and ignore offense, the bust rate's just higher. The instant impact is just higher. the likelihood that that player really contributes right away, it feels like a reach. So you can sell me on the idea of a lot of these guys. But best player available is the way to go. It is. Because if you don't take that defensive tackle in round 1, there are going to be guys in round 2 and round 3 that you like. If you don't take that edge in round 1, there's going to be guys in round 2, round 3 that you like. If you don't take that running back in round 1, and there's really only one, maybe you could sell me on Amarion Hampton, but we're really not there yet at North Carolina. There's going to be guys on day 2 and even day 3 at running back. But getting a game-changing talent in a draft that doesn't have many game-changing talents should be the goal. That's what I want. That's what you should want. This shouldn't be debate. This shouldn't be someone, there should be no one in the comments that disagrees. Something tells me that won't be the case. Something tells me that people will disagree. Why would you not want a game-changing talent at 17? I don't care where it is. If it's Nick Emanwuri, great. If it's Jahad Campbell and that's what you think he can do, be a game changer, great. If it's insert tight end, insert running back, insert what, take him. Take him. Think about the rest later. Corey Dillon or Jonah Williams. Like, is it really that difficult? Is it? The hits are important. Get another hit. That's it. Get another hit. And if you do that, then the rest of the draft, you'll be able to figure it out because there's some depth on day 2 and into day 3. But get a hit on day 1. That's what the Bengals should do. Everyone's going to say, well, then trade down. It's going to be hard to trade down. The whole world wants to trade down. And usually that means you're going to have to stick and pick. Today's video was brought to you by BetUS. Hopefully that made as much sense to you as it did to me. Corey Dillon or Jonah Williams. Pretty simple, and I like Jonah, right? It's the point. And it's not me saying take a running back in round 1. It's me saying get the playmaker, get the game changer. Whoever you view as a game changer, get them Cincinnati Bengals. That's what everyone should be rooting for. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts as well, Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts. And until next time, thank you so much for watching and listening to Cincinnati Bengals Talk.